This is my story. This story is about America. I work with my hands. I'm a laminate carpenter. I have my own workshop. And I make these skateboards. I crush them in my presses that I designed. That's what I do for a living. Skateboarding is the best. Come on. Riding on something that you can carry. I got my first skateboard, I was 12 years old. It was my birthday that week. It was May of whatever 12 years after 1973 is. I was standing in a mall, the Danbury Mall in Danbury, Connecticut. It was right over the mountains from my house. I lived in Dutchess County, New York. I saw it at KB's toy store across the mall. And dude, it was one of those moments, it really was. Because I had never seen a skateboard magazine, I didn't know anything about California. It just sang to me, man. It was like, this is not just a toy. This is the best thing that was ever made. It was yellow. Okay, I think it had yellow wheels, and the board part of it was like a red on white with yellow and black of like a Japanese sunburst bonsai design. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, that's what I want for my birthday. And she just snapped to it, man. She just grabbed it and bought it. Just out there, 12 years old, no one never knew there was such a thing as a slappy grind or a quarter pipe, or that they rode these in pools. I didn't know they rode them in pools. As far as I was concerned, I was completely inventing skateboarding. I used to go really fast and then just get two wheels up on the curb and two wheels down on the ground and just ride for as long as I could. I could go up a steep driveway without pushing by tic-tacking my board. That was my big achievement that year, was to do multiple 360s and a tic-tac. I was like, in 1985, I was skating like a skater in 1978. Maybe it was the summer of 85. My friend was like, hey, go to this demo. Come and see these skateboarders skate. So I went and I got out. I remember I got out of the car. It's a huge area that was cordoned off, and no one could come inside it. All the skateboarder kids were wearing these garish outfits. I'm like wearing Toughskins and Keds. Ooh, like there's a fashion thing going on here that's really consistent. And I'm definitely not in that fashion. And I wasn't the kind of person who had the inner strength to look at a bunch of people who fit in together and realize I didn't fit in and be cool with it. I was a kid who was like, I'm gonna need to get an Ocean Pacific t-shirt if I'm gonna do this. I was really, really super nervous. These guys were doing this, like they would go off the ramp and they go at the camera with their lips. And I saw that, and the dude had his t-shirt hanging out the back, and he had his he's a ripped looking dude, and they were obviously, everyone thought they were really cool. And I was like, what a bunch of show-offs, man, this is lame. What I saw a culture where you wear this, buy this, do this, and then you mug at the camera and you hope that you can become one of these guys. And I wanted nothing to do with that culture or anything. I had no idea, but I went around, I actually took my board and I went around the corner, found a spot, and just did tic-tacs and 360s. We didn't trust cool culture. When we saw cool culture as 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, we just were like, nah, we're never gonna make the cut. We're never gonna make that cut. So anything that required you to measure up and make the cut, we were out of as soon as we got exposed to it. We were like, no, well, let's go find something else. And we went and we built our own ramps and we did our own stuff and we skated our own way. Most of the time you find out the relief. You don't have to believe the hype and buy that. You already are awesome. And that's what my skateboard taught me the first day I saw it. This is awesome because you're pushing it. But let me just tell you one story that I really think America needs to hear. I get on a plane and my son Aaron was out in California. We were going to go get him. I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, dude, I didn't even know what happened. My arm shot out in front of me and grabbed the seat right in front of me. And my eyes just wide open. And I'm like, and that's like my brain and my mind are talking to each other. So my brain says, what are you doing? And my mind says, I gotta get up. And my brain says, no, dude, you gotta stay here. But we gotta figure this out. What are you doing? Because my brain wants to know what my mind is about to do next. And my mind is like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta get up. You gotta get up. I said, okay. The brain says, okay, well, what are you gonna do when you get in the aisle? All that's holding me is my arm. When I get in the aisle, I gotta run. I gotta run, man. You gotta get in the aisle and run. My brain says to my mind, what are you gonna do when you start running? You gotta get your shirt off. Yeah, get your shirt off, man. You just gotta get it off. And my brain tells my mind, like, no, dude, you can't do any of those things on a plane. They're serving the cart is there. The only way you can run is first class, and then the cabin's up there. And then you can't rip off your shirt in a plane. And if you run up in the first class and rip off your shirt, there's going to be people who pile on you because it's post 9/11. They're going to think you're losing your shit because you are. At that point, my brain realizes that my mind is losing its shit. And I'm like, wow, I'm losing my shit right here on an airplane. And I go like that. And my son Aaron goes, Dad, are you okay? And I look at him, I'm like, I'm holding on, man. I'm holding on. And my son's like, okay, Dad. And I'm like, don't let me get out of this seat. The guy next to the window who looks like he might have had a Harley, he looks at me and he goes, oh, I had those. He goes, anxiety? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, yeah. I go, I said, I own my own business, man. He goes, yep, I have that too. I did that. It gets better. He's older. He's 10 years old. He's like, it gets better, man. I own my own business too. Totally gets better. I was like, and it was like this bond was formed between the son, whose job it was to keep me safe. My son is way bigger and stronger than me. And then this guy, my doctor says I'm under observation for situational anxiety. So that's a part of my life that I enjoy. It forms good bonds with other people. I can't help but wonder, though, the real question is, will I ever Hulk rip the shirt? Will it ever come to that? Just once even.